me right now is Senate Budget Committee's ranking member, Lindsey Graham. Senator, thanks very much for being here. Joe Manchin said you should like this. Do you?
I hate it. I like Joe Manchin. He stood up to the liberals on occasion, but he's empowering the left. He's going to increase inflation. The Congressional Budget Office said that in 2023, inflation will go up or down by 0.1%. The Joint Tax Committee has said that the new taxes will be passed on to the consumer as low as $70,000 of earned income. When it comes to Obamacare subsidies, you're going to get a subsidy if you make $304,000 as a family of four. Every problem we're facing today is worse. These are the same people that told you the American Rescue Plan would rescue you. This is a horrible idea. It doesn't reduce inflation. Let me just say this. If you believe the border is secure, and if you believe the Taliban didn't know Zarqawi was in Kabul, then you'll believe this reduces inflation. If you doubt the other things, you should doubt this.
Well, look, 230 economists sent a letter saying this is going to add to inflation. We know that inflation was at 1.4% when Joe Biden walked into the Oval Office, and now it's at 9.1%, largely due to all of this spending. Why are these senators agreeing to it? What do they get?
It's in Democratic DNA to tax and spend. This is all they know how to do. Joe Manchin, he's helped us on many occasions, but he's always there for them when it comes to tax and spending. And nobody's mentioned this. In this bill, there's a 16.4 cents per barrel gas tax on imported oil that will be passed on to the consumer. They're resurrecting a tax that was killed in '95. It's a vampire tax, and they're reimposing it on imported oil, which will make gas go up, not down. There's nothing in this bill to reduce inflation. It grows the government. The taxes will be passed on to the consumer. This is the worst possible outcome. When it comes to foreign policy, Biden's administration is dumb and weak. And when it comes to domestic policy, Democrats have one play: tax and spend.
Well, you also have a bloated IRS that Joe Biden wants to hire 86,000 new IRS agents to audit everybody, look under rocks for any tax cheats. Tell me what that means. Is this the same item that was in that Build Back Better agenda initially, where he wanted to see all transactions in your bank account of $600 or more?
Yeah, it's down that path. I mean, Build Back Better, this is a fraction of Build Back Better, but it's bad policy at a time we need good policy. Have you ever traveled down 95? Have you ever gone from like New York to Florida? Have you ever done that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There are a bunch of southern towns that make a living off of you coming through. They're called speed traps. 10% of the money going to the IRS is for technology improvements, which they need. Most of the money is on the enforcement side. So the IRS is going to be one giant speed trap for Uber drivers, people working in a restaurant, average Americans, because they're going to take this money, hire these agents, and they're going to go after everybody in America to suck you dry.
Wow. All right, I want to move on to China because we've got new developments this weekend. China still fuming over Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan. Now it is considering large-scale military drills near Taiwan this weekend. You sponsored a bill that would name Taiwan a key ally. But the White House is trying to stop that bill, and the U.S. delayed our scheduled missile tests. Why is Joe Biden and the Democrats rolling over for the CCP anytime it wants? Nancy Pelosi did the right thing by going, don't you think?
Oh, totally. Well, you know, I like Joe Biden as a person, but President Joe Biden and his team are dumb and weak in the face of aggression. This is Ukraine all over again. I, along with some Democrats, were begging the Biden administration to sanction Putin for the military buildup before the invasion, to let him know if you try to go in, you're going to pay a price. We're going to hit you before you go in. We wanted more weapons going into the Ukraine before the invasion so they'd be ready to fight. They took a different path. What is Bob Menendez and myself trying to do? We're trying to increase economic support to Taiwan. We're trying to give them more weapons to deter China, and they're undercutting our bill. We have sanctions against China for cyber attacks on a democracy called Taiwan. They're trying to water down a bill that would help Taiwan. They're stopping missile launches by the American military because they don't want to provoke China. Every time they're faced with a bully, aggression from a bully, they get weak-kneed, which means you get more bullying.
Yeah, but look, China is now putting sanctions on Nancy Pelosi. They don't care. And not only that, but we are seeing, I mean, we are seeing the CCP push back. It is stopping any cooperation with the United States. And as I understand it, there's already a contract in place where Taiwan has paid for certain equipment, military armament, and we haven't sent it to them yet. Why not?
Well, we have a supply chain problem. They're building the jets in South Carolina. They're F-16s. I think there's 63 that they need to bolster their defense. If we let Ukraine go, we don't do well in Ukraine, China is going to go to Taiwan. So Bob Menendez and myself are trying to increase economic aid to Taiwan, increase their military capability to deter aggression by China. What does it matter to you sitting here at home? 90% of the high-end chips that go in F-35s, refrigerators, and cars are all made in Taiwan. Do you really want to give Communist China a monopoly on the chip market? So it matters what happens in Taiwan. So what have they done? They left Afghanistan. Within a year, the leader of al-Qaeda is living in the guest house of the #2 guy in the Taliban government. Shows they have a warm, cozy relationship. You've been to the border. It would be so easy for a group of terrorists to come through the border and kill a bunch of us. So you have a nightmare scenario of a rise of radical Islam under the Taliban in Afghanistan, a broken border. You now have the administration trying to stop Congress from bolstering Taiwan at a time they need the help, and this is Ukraine all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I am just back from the border just this week, and I know you and some of your colleagues sent a letter to Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas sounding the alarm on our national security in the wake of the assassination of the 9/11 mastermind, Zawahiri. You're concerned about al-Qaeda terrorists coming over the southern border. How many people have been apprehended that have been on terrorist lists already?
56 we know of. We caught some people plotting to kill President Bush 43. The FBI director yesterday answered my question. I said, are you concerned about the rise of radical Islam in Afghanistan? That group coming through our southern border to attack us? He says, I'm very concerned. He says they have a overwhelming desire to hit America. The new al-Qaeda leader, and they'll pick somebody, that guy is going to have to outdo everybody before him to get street cred with radical Islam. So how would you do that? A massive attack on the United States would make him a hero overnight. I wrote a letter to Mayorkas. There's been a 479% increase of legal immigrants from 21 to 20, 274% from 22 to 20. The highest on record. The Border Patrol spends all their time processing illegal immigrants. How easy would it be for a group of terrorists to just shoot through the gap here? I'm begging him to change the policies that led to this invasion. And if you don't, you're setting up a terrorist attack.
Wow, unbelievable. Senator, it's great to get your thoughts on all of this. We so appreciate you joining me and your leadership. Thank you, sir.